Can journalists use public domain material without copyright issues? Imagine having a treasure chest of images, videos, and documents that you can use freely in your stories. Sounds too good to be true, right? Well, it's possible with public domain materials. But what exactly does that mean for journalists? Let's break it down. Public domain includes works whose copyright has expired, works created by the United States government, and works that were never protected by copyright in the first place. For example, films made before 1920, for in the United States are generally in the public domain. Government documents, old photographs, and certain creative works from long ago also fall into this category. Because these materials are not protected by copyright, journalists can use them without needing permission or paying royalties. This makes public domain content a handy resource for adding historical context, background, or visual evidence to stories. However, even though public domain works are free to use, journalists should still give proper credit when appropriate. Proper attribution is part of ethical reporting and helps maintain transparency. It's also important to verify that the material is truly in the public domain and not mistakenly labeled as such. Sometimes, older works are mistakenly thought to be free but are still under copyright. When using public domain content, be sure to check the source and confirm its status. Now, it's worth noting that copyright law protects original works from unauthorized use. But journalists have some wiggle room through the fair use doctrine. Fair use allows limited use of copyrighted material for news reporting, criticism, or commentary. For example, quoting a small part of a copyrighted article or showing a brief clip from a copyrighted video can be considered fair use if done correctly. The key factors include how much of the work is used, the purpose of use, and whether it impacts the market value of the original. In summary, public domain materials are a safe bet for journalists because there are no copyright barriers. They can freely incorporate these works into their stories. When using copyrighted works, journalists need to consider fair use and other legal rules carefully. Balancing legal rights and ethical standards is essential in media law and journalistic practice. So, if you're looking for reliable sources that won't land you in legal trouble, public domain content is your best friend. Just remember to double-check the copyright status and always attribute when needed.